Right now, I'm gonna go over these two vacuums and go over the difference to help you understand how they're different and help you make a decision on which one might work best for you. So this is the Bissell CleanView Compact models. So here's the original, and this is the Bissell CleanView Compact Turbo. Very similar machines with some differences, so let's go ahead and go over these two machines here. So first of all, we're going to look at them. They're pretty much very similar in size and shape. If you look at the cleaning path here on the head of the vacuums here, they're both 10 inches. So we got 10 inches here. This one is 10 inches as well. So as far as kind of the surface area that you're going to be able to clean with them, exactly the same. The canisters here are both the same here. They got these little buttons here on the top that you push to release them. Then you can pull them right off. On the bottom here, on the back side, they both have these little buttons here that you would push to release the lid. I'm not going to do that because I do have some dust in here. I don't want to make a mess. Same exact way to empty these containers. And then on the top here, they both release to reveal the filter inside here. So you just lift up here, and these filters are removable and washable. You can wash them with a mild detergent and let them dry. I'll show you this one here. This one is pretty dusty, so I've got my to-do list later today, and that is clean off that filter. Again, wash it under the sink with some water. Use a mild detergent. I used, just like a light dish soap. Not a lot, just a little bit, just to help wash it off. Wring it out completely, let it completely air dry, and then you can put it back. These both snap back in place really easily. Both machines come with a dusting tool. You can see here the little dusting tool that removes off, and you can dust anything with that. You can vacuum couches, upholstery with that. You can also dust bookshelves and different things like that. And then they both come with your little narrow path tool here for nooks, crannies, crevices. I like to use this where on the stairs, where the top stair meets the bottom of the stair, right? And that little crack there on the stairs works really good for that. One extra thing here that the Turbo has is the Turbo brush. I'm assuming that's where it gets its name from. So it does have this extra cleaning tool. And what this does is it attaches to the hose. And when it turns on, the suction from the hose actually spins this little agitator here. And so now you have an extra cleaning tool, which works good. Again, I like to use it on pet beds, things like that, where there's more hair, dirt, dust, and debris that kind of needs to be picked up by your cleaning tool. So that's an extra tool. The Compact does not come with it, so that only comes with the Turbo package here. On the back here, pretty much the same kind of setup here. The hose kind of just moves around here. Looks like this hose is going to be a little bit longer here. This hose will probably be a little bit shorter, and that's just by looking at it. And yeah, definitely a longer hose here on the Turbo. They both just pull off at the base here. There's no locking mechanism. And then the handles here on the back come off. So they both have this little lever here that you can remove the handle, and now you have your wand attachment. They both kind of line up here, lock into place. They have this little notch of plastic here on the hose that lines up on this slot here on the handle, and it locks into place. And now you have more extension here for help when you are cleaning using your attachments. Now I think the attachments here will fit just on the hose itself. So if you don't want to use the handle, you don't have to if you're just doing a quick pickup. These handles just go right back in place, really easy. You just kind of move the hose there, push it right down, locks into place, and then you can put your hose back in place here on the vacuum. Now the kind of difference here is kind of just the placement on the intake here on the handle. So on this one, the Compact Original, it's kind of at the top of the handle here. On the Compact Turbo here, it's on the back of the handle. So just kind of slight subtle differences there. They are both 6.2 amp motors, which says to me that they're probably the same motor. Now I don't know that for sure, but in any case, they probably have the same power, same suction, very similar motors at the least. And then finally, let's look at kind of the head and the agitator here. So the Compact Turbo does have an adjustable head. So you can do flat surfaces. So this is going to be for like bare floors, you know, tile or hard surface floors. Then you've got low pile carpet and high pile carpet. And all this lever does is actually adjust the height level of the head. So it'll either get it closer to or further away from the surface that you're vacuuming. So that is a good addition. The CleanView Compact does not have that feature. Looking at the bottom here, this little platform here does have little wheels. This one has just this little riser here that when you tilt the head of the vacuum with this little lever back here, that goes down or up, and I think it just adjusts how the vacuum sits so it can sit in an upright position. Agitators look very similar, kind of in build, how they look. This one has different color bristles, but as far as kind of the agitator look, they're pretty much identical there as far as that goes. They both have, nope, this one has little wheels up here, and this one has the wheels down here, but no wheels up here. But then otherwise, they both have these larger wheels back here. To use the machines here, you've got the gray levers here on both of them, and that releases the handle so you can tilt the vacuum backwards. And then this is the on-off switch on both of them. As far as functionality, they both work exactly the same. And then the cord, if I didn't mention it, the Turbo has a 25-foot cord, and the original Compact here has a 23-foot cord. So a couple extra feet here on the Compact Turbo. If you want to see a complete tutorial on each of these vacuums, you can check those videos out next. My name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.